Kennedy with you today. Leatherman Wave Plus case, belt sheath. Uh, my problem with these Leatherman Waves Plus is the case, the belt sheath that comes with them. I got I'll explain why I have two. Silver and black of the same thing, but the case wore out, and I actually lost my Leatherman because I couldn't find it anywhere. And so, I would go like 6 months without it, and then I see that the Leatherman blacks are on sale. So when I was buying these, they were about like $129. I'm sure they're more by now, but so this one they were selling for only $100. So I thought, yeah, because I used it so much, use it in the house all the time, cut a bag open or up cardboard, saw cardboard, all kinds of things. And, and everyday care you got with you, saw, serrated blade, knife blade, file, and all the other things that it has. And the thing I really like about the Leatherman Wave is one hand opening and closing. Now, you saw it, that took me a little bit. So this rattled around in my pocket, and I find I did not like that at all. And you can see it's getting stiff. I've got to take it and clean it and oil it again and stuff like that. I had the pocket clip too, but I found that to kind of be a pain too, because the pocket, with a top pocket clip, the Leatherman is inside your pocket and the little clip goes out. And I just found that, wore my pockets, fray the area where it was. And it wasn't that easy to put back on if you were doing something fairly quickly. So, with the regular Leatherman case, I got so that, you'd reach for it and pull up the flap, it's enclosed, and pull the knife right out, and it was really a smooth action. And then putting it back and snapping the top again wasn't really that bad. But like I say, I lost this because the case failed. And so then here we are on sale. I get one like this and I say, wait a second, we're going to try. I had an option of getting this with the standard Leatherman case or this one that's MOLLE compatible. Well, I don't have, military gear, but it doesn't have to be on that. It can be on your belt as well. And so I started using that, and that was very inconvenient. It had a large flap, so opening that and grabbing the tool, putting it in and closing it was clumsy. And also the tool, the case is here and the flap is here. This part was wearing through. There was actually a hole in it. So eventually you could put your Leatherman in the case and it would later maybe fall out. So I decided I wanted something better. Now, I must admit, I bought from Walmart, they have a multi-tool, right, that is about this size. That's way not the quality of this one. It was like $8, I think. But it came with a case that this fits. So I used that. And sure enough, that also started to fail. So I decided next time I'm going to get a Kydex one. Now, this is from a company called Guns and Flowers. But it's made out of Kydex. And that's a really sturdy material that you can heat up and then work. So many people have made their own cases, but the idea would be is you'd actually take the warm Kydex and put it over the tool, and it would actually mold to it. And you can see the lines of the tool and everything in this. And but you have to buy it sometimes in quantities and things. So I didn't see the advantage of that, and I knew that I'd never get done doing it if I tried. And I wanted something ready to go. So I got this. And some of the features, see that little divot? Well, that provides a kind of a lock. There's this divot in the Leatherman Wave. So whichever way you put it in, there's one on each side. So it provides locking. And you can adjust the tension of the case with these two screws. So if you want it tighter or looser, you can adjust that. I thought I saw them say that this could be angled 30 degrees, but for the life of me, I don't see how. But the belt loop is really, here's an old belt, but is really nice. It's very strong, has good, again, retention, because I found out too, I was thinking of, can I wear the Leatherman with the belt clip on my belt, the pocket clip? Well, no, it's not really a belt clip, it's a pocket clip. And I found that easily would pull out of my pocket when I was moving around or brushing against something. And I found that with some of the cases too. So this has got, this is a really sturdy type of arrangement where, it's not going to be easy to, for that to slip off. You're actually going to have to pull up on this to get it on or off your belt. And what was this? I think it was around, I'm thinking 16 or something. Now it's funny because I was looking at things and I thought I was specifically ordering something made in the U.S. And I actually liked this style better. The one in the U.S., the clip was different. I thought, no, I'm going to order one from the U.S. Well, come to find out, a week or two later, I look back and I find that I had ordered this one from China, which I hadn't intended to do. But this, I think, is a lot better. This clip is so beefy, let's say. And I guess I just found that I was using my Leatherman less, being in the pocket or with the pocket clipped. With this, you can reach right down and pull it off easily. So, I don't have the flap to contend with. You just pull it out, and then, one hand, and then you can deploy tools with one hand, the outside tools. So it seems to fit exactly what I need. Now you can see here, I picked black. I didn't like the other choices. There was like a white or a tan or something. I don't know if there was an olive green, but so here you have it in more of a configuration that would be a lot less noticeable than this. But this generally is the one I carry, and I keep this other one now for a backup. And why do I do that? Because you drop something black, and if you're not in really bright light or something, or you've dropped it and then you realize or you haven't realized it's gone out of the case or whatever, black tools can be very hard to find. Shiny silver ones do. Now, the only thing I could say that might be negative about this is that, there's a lanyard ring here, and I'll have to experiment and see whether that lanyard ring could still be used or not. It depends on how big this gap is in relation to where that tool comes out, because I did have a short lanyard of a really bright paracord on it. So if I dropped it, it would be obvious, where it actually was. But so far, I'm extremely happy with this. I just got it yesterday, and I'm looking forward to using it, and I can't imagine this won't last for years. And we'll see. And like I say, for the option of, I think the plain Leatherman cases are like $15, and I suppose I could, keep buying them. You know, I don't, I don't think there's they have a 25-year warranty on the tool. I don't think that applies to the case that it's in. I even thought of beefing up that case somehow of, taking some material and sewing it or something to reinforce the loop, the belt loop, and then also to reinforce the sides, because what was happening when I pulled it out, that side that I pulled from, that was getting damaged as well. And I just think this is a great option. And, in Maine, we're different than a lot of places, as you know, in the news. We're different in bad ways, but it'd be very normal to see someone carrying around, a multi-tool. It just, no one would even suspect or think, oh yeah, that guy's got a knife. It's like just so many people have some, not necessarily a Leatherman brand, but they do have a multi-tool on their belt. So we'll do a follow-up, say after I use it a couple months. But so far, I'm really liking it. I think it's strong, it's sturdy, it's easy to access. Like I say, it's easy to pull it out, and you can adjust it yourself. I don't know I suppose if you wore it on the, if right-handed, left-handed, I don't think that would matter if you had it on the other side if you were left-handed and you went that route rather than the right hand. And they do, excuse me, they do make them for other tools. And that's important because they're made for it, so they fit in and have good retention. So you can't put a different multi-tool in here, a different model, and expect that it is gonna work. So yeah. And it was a birthday present. My wife said, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "What I really want is to get a decent case for my Leatherman." And she said, "Do it." So there it is. And we'll report back later.